Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and welcome to Early Morning Horror. On this episode, I am going to actually be doing things a little bit different. This is going to be a bonus episode, but don't worry, I will still be releasing my review on The Front Room. So we all have, any sort of horror fans, we all have a history with horror. Whether it's through podcasts or through books or through movies from young ages, you name it, we all have it. I was going to discuss mine. I don't know how many people have memories from when they are 4 years old, but I have a few. Two of the memories I have are from the closet scenes from the movie Boogeyman. How do I know that? Because I just remember the very beginning of that movie with the dad getting tossed around inside that closet and getting dragged away. And then the other closet scene where the main character's in a closet in that house and the boogeyman's messing with him in there and grabbing him and stuff like that. So, of course, I didn't know that it was the boogeyman. I was 4 years old, but it stuck with me. Like, for a good 10 years, I was scared of closets. I hated using them. It was bad. And then, I think I was about 6 or 7 years old when my sister went to go get a tattoo. And I went with her, and in the tattoo shop lobby, they had like this small couch and a TV, and they had Saw 2 playing. I didn't know that it was Saw 2. I just remember like seeing the traps inside the house and uh some small minor stuff like that, so that way whenever I became like a teenager and I could actually investigate and go look and watch these movies, I can actually tell, oh wait, this is that movie from when I was like 4 years old, and I have trauma of closets. Or, oh, this movie that I seen at that tattoo shop years ago was actually Saw 2. So yeah, those are like my earliest memories of horror movies, and then I did not get back into them until I was like a teenager. And that would be like the Conjuring stuff, because I had this sort of thing where if a movie wasn't scary or it wasn't gory, stuff like that, then I really didn't care for it, and I just didn't think of it as all that good of a movie. That's a very, very shallow way to watch and enjoy movies, because I don't think you enjoy movies quite as much if that's your mindset is. If it's scary, or, I mean, if it's not scary, it's not good. I mean, I just did my Midsummer review because of the simple reason that it will tell you guys more about the type of horror fan I am. I do love scary movies. I love scary movies. Okay, Conjuring universe movies were my top 10 for quite a while, like throughout my teen years. But, as you grow older, sorry, my stupid alarm went off. As you grow older, your taste may differ. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, everything is for everybody. This is a horror genre. That's why they make so many different types of horror movies. You've got horror thrillers, you've got psychological thrillers that are horror, you've got horror comedies, you got sci-fi horror, you got fantasy horror, folklore, everything that you can think of. There is some sort of type of horror movie about it, because it's for everyone. I mean, but so yeah, through my teen years, I was more into the Conjuring movies. at that time I might have said that they the Conjuring movies and Annabelle movies would have been my favorite franchise. Now I'm pretty sure the Saw franchise is my favorite. There's 10 of them, and they're planning on making a 11th with Tobin Bell in it. So as you can see, I'm excited. It's no, you can't see. Never mind. You might hear, but yeah, Saw franchise is definitely in there. Uh, and then of course I go past my teens. I'm 18, 19 years old, and my taste has changed a little bit. I'm more open-minded to other types of horror. Like I become more into psychological thriller horror movies, stuff like that, where it's the main character going nuts, hallucinating, whatever, and stuff like that. It is something that I love. I love so much in the horror universe. Well, I mean the horror genre. Okay, horror comedies, from the dumbest horror comedies to the most serious tragic movies. Love them all. But oh god, I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so let's see. Favorite franchise is Saw, no doubt. And to get you guys a little bit more into who I am now, my taste, of course, did change over the course of time. After I turned 18, I started working full time, and I listened to music while I work, and then after like a year or a year or two of listening to music while I work, I got tired of listening to music, so I downloaded Audible. And I'm like, well, let's find something to listen to. And then that's when I find the Horror Hill podcast. It's an anthology series, and they've had quite a few different narrators, but the two main ones are Jason Hill and Eric Peabody. Like, Jason Hill was there when it first started, and Eric Peabody slowly became the main voice. But the Horror Hill podcast got me more into horror stories rather than just being into horror movies. So after I binged through all their episodes at the time, I went on to go look for audiobooks. That's when I found the Monster Hunter International book, and then all the books lined up with it. Next thing I know, I'm buying those books and I'm listening to them all, and then I keep going and sorry. I keep going. I'm listening to other podcasts, other anthology series, other books. The main books that I found that I'm really into are The Exorcist House and The Exorcist House Genesis. Those are both good books. Another book called Old Country. I remember reading some reviews after I listened to it, and people did not like it. But and their complaints were fair. Like the main character not having any sort of character growth or anything like that. He stayed the same kind of asshole the whole book. But yeah, another channel that I have kind of that are deeply rooted into me is the Dead Meat channel. I have been watching the kill count since 2018. At least 2018. It may be a little bit further than that, but I'm I'm 99% sure it's 2018 when I first started watching. Cuz I remember watching all the Friday the 13th kill counts. Like I would listen to them while I was at work. there was some app at the time that you could like listen to YouTube videos with your phone off. Like basically you no longer needed YouTube Premium. That sort of BS. But and I went shoot good like I guess 8 years, 7 years without listening to the Dead Meat podcast, and of course you do get bored. You start to want to listen to other podcasts while you're at work and stuff, and that's when I'm like, well, let me try out the Dead Meat podcast. I don't even really know what goes on in it. I just know that James's wife is in it. So, of course, I start listening to it. I'm like, okay, each episode is at least an hour long, and they do like really in-depth reviews. And I didn't know this, but they both went to college for like cinematography. They understand way more about movies than I do, and probably will ever. They go into depth, even on movies that they see in theaters. Whenever they do a review and they talk about the notes they've taken in the theater, I fully believe it because there is no way that they have such good memory. Or maybe I just got bad memory. I'm pretty sure it's that too. But so yeah, listening to James and Chelsea talk about movies and what they love about these movies really, really changed my uh changed the way that I watch and enjoy horror movies. Instead of, oh well, my first favorite horror movie being Friday the 13th 2009 remake. I mean, it's still that, but second place was Conjuring 2. Third place was Annabelle Creations. Fourth place was Curse of La Llorona. I can't say it, but you get what I mean. It was always like a scary movie is what I valued the most. After listening to them talk about these movies and the action shots and the music score and the cinematography and the sound design and everything like that, it really changed how I watch movies and how I enjoy them. That's why The Heretic is now one of my top 5 favorite horror movies. This is why Midsummer is my second favorite horror movie, and this is why I just appreciate movies more. And I think that's also why people like me and Justin from Slasher Talk, and I'm sure we're not the only ones that do love Undertone, but I think that is why not as many people enjoyed Undertone, was because they don't go into movies looking for the same things that I do. I mean, that's just, I went in there looking forward to sound design and anything under the sun that wasn't exactly visual. I wasn't paying attention to the visuals as much as I was trying to just listen to every little sound in the movie. But, I mean, everybody's going to have their different tastes and stuff. I guess while I'm at it, I will go ahead and list like my top 5 favorite horror movies. Maybe just my top 3, but number 1, Friday the 13th, 2009 remake. I will always say that that is the best remake from the early 2000s. It is so freaking good. It deserved a long list of sequels. Has the best Jason Voorhees, in my opinion. Has the best Jason Voorhees. Has the coolest mask. Everything. This is just the most badass, coolest Jason that we have seen. Number 2, of course, Midsummer. You can go listen to my review on it. I just love that movie. There's quite literally almost no complaints about the movie, unless I could request it being longer. That's about it, but I'll also say that about every movie I love, because I love long movies. Number 3 is actually going to be Cabin in the Woods. Cabin in the Woods with, Chris Hemsworth, quite a few other actors and actresses. I'm not going to get into it just yet. I will do a review one day. But Cabin in the Woods is just such a good movie. It really is. It's got a good cast. It's got a great plot. I love the plot that it basically explains how every horror movie ever can be explained by these people that work in the background, that work in some lab, that are sacrificing people to ancient gods. I mean, it's a very creative movie. So I will always stand by that movie. And also, I base these movies that I place in my top 5 or whatever as what can I rewatch over and over and over and over again. I've seen Cabin in the Woods, I don't know how many times since it came out. I remember when it came out. Same thing goes for Friday the 13th, 2009 remake. I've seen that movie. God knows how many times I've seen that movie. It is a great movie. Number 4, shoot. I'm gonna say number 4 will be Saw 2, mainly because of and I hate that it could be because it is a nostalgia thing, but that's just one of those movies that's really good. And I love the acting. I love Tobin Bell. Love everything about that movie. I love the house. I love the traps. I love how avoidable it all is if people just really did calm down and take a second to think in that house. Number 5, I'm going to go ahead and say is still going to be Conjuring 2. I love the cast. I love Ed and Lorraine Warren. I love the fact that it's in the UK. The scares land every single time in that movie for me. If I had to say this movie is tied with anything, it would for sure be tied with Annabelle Creations. I seen that movie in theaters and I was a teenager. And I remember being pissed my pants, terrified because of that movie. There were so many good scares in that movie. But yeah, that's just a little bit more about me in case anyone, even though nobody asked, got curious. This video's here. This my history with horror, my history with podcasts, my history with uh horror novels, novellas, whatever you call them. I can go into the TV shows real quick. I mean, Supernatural is been one I've been watching since I was like 8 years old. Uh I remember when Netflix became a thing and seeing Supernatural on there and skipping past the Bloody Mary and the Bugs episode when I was that age because I hated those episodes. And then more recently from MGM, they've got the show From. I love that show. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for that show to start making sense. It's going to be so freaking good. But, alright. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Get you a nice cup of coffee to wake up, quite like I have. And in true fashion, I've got my pot of coffee sitting next to me. It is 3:30 in the morning, and I'm about to record the uh, front room review. So, bye bye. Hope you all have a wonderful day.